Why don't you...
Don't say anything.
Look, my name is...
I know who you are, just don't talk, please.
You did it! You were right about everything! Woo! No, please don't even mention it. Happy to squeeze you in. In general, do Wednesdays at this time work for you? Did I give you a parking pass? Did you say you drove? Hold on. Hold on. Wait, just please wait! Look, whatever is happening in your life, I promise, we can talk about it. I will listen.
I got confused. I'm so sorry.
It's all right.
No, like, I am so fucking sorry. Holy shit, this is not who I am. I would never, like, fuck. Are you gonna call the police?
I think we can find our breath.
Can I have some water?
Water, yes, absolutely, water. The water cooler is just out in the hall. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'll grab you that water if, would you, or could I, or should we put the
No! Sorry. I'm good.
You do or you do not want water?
I'm good. Yeah.
Well, if you change your mind, the water, the water cooler is just out in the hall. I'm a big believer in water. A lot of the problems we all have come down to water and sleep. Man, oh man, they don't solve everything, but boy, they sure do help.
Can we keep going?
Going with?
Or maybe we can't. Maybe I'm just fucked because should you have to tell someone? Like by law, aren't you obligated to?
If I'm legally required.
I don't want you to get in trouble if there's a law. Where? And also, if I'm going to get arrested for being a fucking psycho, I'd like to just have that happen and not wait.
In the 60s or maybe the early 70s, just over the bridge, a Berkeley student stabbed his girlfriend. He fatally stabbed her. Just prior to doing so, he had expressed to his therapist that he intended on killing this young woman. His crime was premeditated. He expressed prior intent. After your daughter was killed, this girl's family filed a lawsuit that traveled all the way up to the California Supreme Court, where it was determined that it was this guy's therapist who was at fault for not sounding the alarm. The protective privilege ends where the public peril begins. And so, and I'm working through this in real time, forgive me, but the question I should ask
What
you
happened to the guy?
Well, the doctor at the center of it
No,
all...
the stabber, the guy who stabbed his girlfriend.
Oh. Well, he was an Indian guy. And I believe they... They released him on the condition he be sent back to India. Podar, that was his last name. What's so fascinating to me about this guy, Podar, He's what's called an untouchable. They are the lowest in the caste system.
Right, that's the like social pyramid in India.
Exactly, yes. These untouchables, they deal with waste, be it litter or feces. They're born into it, and it's damn near impossible to move up. So this guy Potter was one of the few people ever to go from being in the untouchables to studying in an American university. So if you just zoom out on all that, you've got this 1 in a billion guy who makes it all the way to Berkeley against impossible odds. And after all that struggle, he goes and does something so horrible that it changes the nature of doctor-patient confidentiality in America forever. I mean, holy cow. Do you want to hurt people?
No.
You want to hurt yourself?
No.
That's wonderful. I'm so glad to hear that. Where do you carry them?
Do you want me to?
Oh, yes. Well,
Yeah.
actually, a boundary. I'd like to establish. A boundary going forward. How do you feel about putting your gun in your bag? Putting your gun away?
Of course. Of course. Don't think you'll try to escape.
I can't quite read your
Bad
tone. Are
joke.
you?
Or attempt.
No, that's okay. That's all right. Actually, how do you feel if we went just across the street and chatted al fresco? There's a great little park just down the hall, well, in that case, I'll be right back.
I can't imagine how scary that was for you. It was scary for me too, but I promise, I swear, like, I will do whatever you need me to do. I can't be outside right now. I haven't slept in a couple of days. I can't be outside. I need to get back to work.
Thank you. I'm told you've seen a few people in the past, therapy-wise.
My parents started sending me when I was 9.
Was working with these folks fruitful?
Sorry, that's in my file. That I went to therapy as a child.
Oh, Chelsea, your HR person, she sent me over some very, very basic background.
What else did she tell you about me?
Just the basics.
Just the basics. Okay. Yeah. That's great. Yeah. Awesome.
So if I can ask a question?
I'm an open book. Completely open. Ask me whatever.
How long have you owned a gun? Or any gun for that matter?
I'm not like a gun person.
No, and I didn't mean to sound like...
Yeah, I've only ever had the one.
And just so you know, there's no right or wrong answers.
No, totally. I've had it a few months. It's January, so yeah, a few months.
So, you put the gun in the bag, you put the bag away. How do you do?
Fucking embarrassed. Shame. Which is useless.
Shame can be constructive.
Sure, maybe. If you're Christian.
I I'm not an especially spiritual person, at least not in the traditional sense, but I will contend that the people who wrote the Bible down were some very, very clever people. We're told that Adam and Eve eat from this sort of magic wisdom apple, right? They eat from the apple, they realize they're naked, and they feel shame. So shame is the very first feeling mentioned in the Bible. Wisdom and shame are connected.
Cool. Well, I don't really feel wiser post, like, almost committing murder.
Well, next time, maybe better for everyone if you left the gun at home.
Right, yeah, I'll try to be less armed next time.
Do you often use humor to process more serious things?
No, I'm more of a Xanax girly.
There it is, case in point. The humor. You want to discuss medication for anxiety. I'm a therapist, I'm not a psychiatrist.
I'm actually pretty set on the Xanax front.
You prescribed Xanax? I must have missed that.
There's a guy in my neighborhood, he gets from Mexico. He's over the counter there, apparently.
How often do you take them?
Just when things feel out of control.
Out of control in what sense?
Out of control, where everything's happening at the same time. Where you're here, and you're remembering and figuring out what to do next all at once. Sorry, I hate talking about myself. It never seems to get me anywhere.
Get you anywhere in terms of?
When I talk, people assume I'm this like confident, put together person, but being able to articulate what I'm going through doesn't make it any easier.
Sit here in silence if you like.
Don't think that's a good use of company money.
They have plenty.
I just don't really want to do this.
This means?
Sorry, I shouldn't have said that.
No. There's no right or wrong answer.
I just don't need to be in therapy.
Let's maybe explore that, because from where I'm sitting...
I'll give you whatever you need from me, but like, I don't need this as a person. Like, sorry, I'm being too honest.
No such thing.
I didn't come here of my like own like free will exactly.
Well, you didn't exactly want us to leave either.
I'm here because of my job. I'm required to be here. They told me if I wanted to come back, I had to come see you.
Well, maybe in that sense it's not a requirement. If you're determined to go back to the office, it's...
I have work to do. It's not a choice.
Maybe this bears repeating, but I don't work for them.
But you get to decide if I'm allowed to return to work.
I don't think I'll be the deciding factor.
They probably wish they could just fire me, but that could be a lawsuit. They need an outside doctor to make the final call.
I know they have their own internal process as well.
Trust me, I understand their process.
I'm sure they'll take into account your considerable enthusiasm.
Have you not seen the video?
I was made aware of it, but I wanted to get your permission before I would... Oh, please don't feel pressured to show me.
Everybody I know has already seen it.
Oh. I'm so sorry.
I had a bad day. But I'm doing it a lot better now.
Being let go from this job would be the worst thing.
That would be the worst thing. Yes, so I'm just really scared
Scared of?
of you not being able to make the right decision.
I'm only going to do what we both feel is best for you. I'm a professional at the top of my field, and I
But
will...
it's the field that's the problem. Because people with your job come into work so desperate to connect trauma A to trauma D, so they always do. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy or whatever. They hear that my mom and my best friend are both emotionally distant, and they go, see? And like, that way of thinking feels like so emblematic of how we're supposed to look at the world nowadays, where it's like poverty is because of racism in housing, which is because of capitalism. And at a certain point, you're just saying everything is fucked and everyone's abused, and when everything's connected, it sort of feels like nothing's connected. Like that way of thinking fully like rots your brain. You stop being able to see what's like right in front of your face. You stop being able to like talk to people. It's endless and hopeless, and you just get trapped in the like discourse of it all, and you just end up like mindlessly reposting GoFundMes all day on your little Instagram street corner on behalf of strangers instead of actually doing something. So I'm just not sure therapy aligns with how I deal with things.
I think that's a great perspective, Tom. But there's a popular mode of thought out there that doesn't align with how you as the individual actually sees things.
I don't own it though. I get ripped apart.
Ripped apart by who?
On like Twitter and like Instagram, like the people I went to college with would explode at me.
Just because you're expressing your own personal opinion?
Yes.
Do you think people really care that much about what you post on the internet?
I don't want to give people another weapon to use against me.
Who would want to use a weapon against you?
People.
And are these people the reason you carry a gun?
No.
And why do you carry it?
I just carry it on days where I feel like I should.
What comes to mind when you think about these days?
I don't know. Days where I feel bad.
And for you, how does feeling bad feel?
Yeah, it's just like those days where you wish you could be in the hospital, you know? That doesn't make sense.
Can you tell me more about that?
Sure. I don't mean days where like I want to like hurt myself. Like I haven't done that in any sort of serious way ever. Like not in any way where the end result was I want to be dead or even like I hate myself.
Have you engaged with self-harm in the past?
Yeah, but in like teenager ways, this is different than that.
You just said you didn't want to hurt yourself.
I don't.
I see. So when you say you want to be in the hospital...
I realize this doesn't make a lot of sense.
No, you're being very clear-headed and articulate, but I'm just having trouble grasping the whole... is it that you want to be cared for?
I just want to lie down.
Oh, please, by all means.
No, like at a hospital, they force you to sit still.
I see. So it's more so feeling overwhelmed. Your job, your day-to-day life, you're feeling...
Today, for example. Today, I woke up and it took me a long time to tell if I was still dreaming. This happens to me most mornings. It's like I don't fit in my body, so I have to like lie there and like jam myself into my skin by forcing myself to remember like, okay, I'm here. This is happening. It's genuinely Tuesday. But as soon as I'm fully awake, I start to panic. It's a panic I'm so used to at this point, it's almost comforting. It's like there's another person there with me, rubbing my back, telling me to keep going as I march into the bathroom and I brush my teeth and I fuck around with my hair and I eat my muesli and I drink my coffee, and as I'm doing like each of these things, the panic turns them into these little missions. Like I have to nail flossing. I have to destroy my emails from Nordstrom Rack. I delete them and I empty the trash and I imagine my emails burning. These little morning routine fucking inconsequential things become a sense of real purpose. But then on days like today, there just isn't anything else. There's only me and the panic alone together. And so that's when I carry the gun. Felt so obvious. Riding the bus here with all of these strangers. I needed to feel it against my chest. But honestly, on days like today, I just wish I could be in the ER, where there are no choices at all.
Should we go down the street to St. Francis Memorial
It's
Hospital?
not about actually literally going.
Being in the hospital after your incident, was that beneficial?
I wasn't super lucid when I was there, but like, in theory, being there would be nice because when you're in the hospital, you don't have to make sense. You can just like lie there. Well, everyone replies to the Instagram story of you in the gown with the scary machines. Everyone stops to ask. They ask you in a way that's like actually asking. In the real world, nobody gives you their time. So what good are friends and family? Like all these people who like allegedly love me, like what is their value if nobody has time for me? And in this fantasy, I developed these deep, meaningful relationships with the nurses.
Meaningful in what sense?
I'd remind them why they chose to be nurses in the first place. And them working so hard would motivate me to get better. And there'd also be this racial element, which people don't like to admit is there, but I feel like it's a thing for people like me, like white liberal people, where it's this safe space to like get to know a person of color. Like one of the Black or Latinx nurses in this way, or Asian nurses too, in this way where there's distance, but you still get to feel like you connected. Like you extended a hand across the aisle or whatever and made friends with someone you normally wouldn't talk to. And obviously it's not real because they have to be nice to you and you're not your like full, like deeply subconsciously racist self, but for a moment you get to live in this like American fantasy where you can connect with any and everyone and being white doesn't matter and all of that feels good. Was any of that helpful? You only wrote a few words down.
I was listening.
You just wrote like no chance, fucking crazy.
Just some points to return to.
Awesome. Let's return to whichever.
Do you really think you're a racist?
What? No. I mean, yes. But that's not the point. Of course I'm racist. Everybody's racist. Like, I'm not even trying to be controversial. I think it'd be better off if we all admitted it.
Do you feel like you can't connect with people?
I think everyone feels that way.
Can you tell me more about that?
It's like I said, everyone's racist and we're all alone. It's sort of our brand in 2020 as humans.
How long have you been feeling this panic?
The panic did indeed start around when I started my job. I know, I get it, but it's a manageable symptom of doing something important.
So part of you wants to be in a hospital, but you don't believe in therapy. Hey!
Oh! Oh my God. I'm so sorry. Wait, what the fuck? You must have just had a heart attack.
You are keeping me on my toes.
Okay, well, now you have to take one, or it will have all been for nothing.
So tell me about where you work, working at Google.
No! Sorry. Just, if you could, please, not.
You don't want me to say the name of your employer?
I still have the company phone.
You're concerned they're listening in? Hey, I wouldn't be surprised. CNN will report on Chinese surveillance, but in our great nation, are things all that different?
I mean, my company is allowed to. It's in our start paperwork.
You see, that's how they become so big and powerful. Pesky fine print.
I'm not sure either of us is smart enough to know how a company like mine succeeds.
I'm pretty certain I'm not. I'm not so sure about you, though.
Why do you think I'm smart?
Well, from what little I know about you, you moved all the way out here from, was it Michigan?
Wisconsin.
Came out here and you snagged a job at a big deal place.
Lots
and
of people do that, though.
I think you know you're smart.
Being smart's overrated. Rather be hot. Honestly.
Do you think of yourself as unattractive?
Well, if I look too good, nobody at work would take me seriously, so I hope I'm like a 6. 6.5. I went to LA for a few years after college, and that made me feel like fully idiots.
SoCal is a double-edged sword. Nasty people, but gorgeous weather.
Really. I sort of loved the people there. Like, I didn't love them, they sucked, but they sucked in such an obvious way that it made everything easier. It was easy to know who to trust. And I hated the weather. No fucking thank you. The sun fully gaslights you in LA. Whenever I was depressed, there was the sun being like, why are you sad? It's 70 degrees out.
And you moved up here specifically for the job, specifically to work in user support?
User care. Yeah, almost 2 years ago now.
Growing up, were you interested in technology, computers?
My parents didn't really care about grades or anything. They were pretty lax, so I guess I didn't grow up with any career aspirations.
What do they do for work?
My mom teaches anthro at the University of Wisconsin, and my dad's an artist. He makes these abstract glass sculpture type things.
That's awesome. No, that's really cool.
Is it?
Well, I've just started doing these crafty things myself, so maybe it's just cool to me.
What sort of crafts?
Oh, necklaces, little doodads. Nothing as professional as your father.
I'd love to see some of your stuff.
Bring in some pictures next time.
Next time. Just keeps getting better and better.
Are you an only child?
Just me, yeah.
So all of the attention at the house fell to you?
2 houses, and you're not married?
I'm sorry?
No wedding ring?
I'm separated, so yes, I know firsthand how difficult it can be for a family
Divorce
to...
was good for my parents.
How so?
My mom cheated on my dad.
That must have been hard for you.
I turned out all right. But wait, sorry, if it helps, there's no history of mental illness in my family. I assume that's why you were asking about my parents.
Oh, you brought up your parents, but we can chat about anything you like.
I'm fine to talk about whatever you feel will give you the grounds to reinstate me.
I don't want you to think I'm dictating the terms of the conversation.
I just don't want us to waste time.
I'm interested in what you want to share.
But again, it's not really about what I want.
That's not true from my perspective, but
I'm fine to talk about parents or divorce or whatever.
were you mad at your mother at all?
I was mostly pissed at my dad.
What of his role in the divorce makes you angry?
My dad's such a nice guy.
And for you, that's a bad thing?
Well, yeah, because nobody is good or nice. That's something that you should have to earn every single day. But for my dad, the bar is so low from his age. His whole life, people have been telling him he's sensitive, therefore exceptional, different, not like other men. My dad believes it because he's arrogant. He thinks being quiet makes him better than everyone else. And so he never lets himself get angry. He's never yelled at me, not once, not even when I broke one of his pieces.
A lot of men from this generation didn't have healthy models of conflict resolution.
No, he had a great childhood and nobody fucked him up. He doesn't have an excuse. Honestly, I just wish I actually knew him. Instead, I know a failed artist who mopes around silently, demanding praise for courageously not watching the Super Bowl. So, shit, after 30 years, I cheat on a guy like that.
Have you told him you're angry?
There'd be no point. He would just sulk and feel bad that he made me feel bad.
But he's your parent. He must want to know how you're feeling.
Mostly when I talk to either of them now, it's just convincing them that I'm not going to jump off the Golden Gate Bridge.
That's sort of a role reversal, isn't it? You're attending to their perceived needs.
Do you feel you got the attention you needed from them?
With a perfectly nice granola middle-class existence, nothing to cry about.
Being sent to therapy at such an early age, do you think that was like putting a Band-Aid on the situation? What you needed was your parents' attention. What you got was a therapist. Maybe that's why you don't love therapy.
Do you kids?
I do, yes.
How old?
My son, oh geez, he's 12? 12 going on 25. You know someone is scary.
Like, what?
Oh, just the other day, he accused me of gaslighting him about his NBA 2K video game or something of the like. And I'm thinking, oh man, where does this kid even learn what that word is?
I mean, it's the internet, probably, right? He's just trying to make sense of the world around him.
I try to keep him off it. I don't know what he gets into at his mom's house.
Are you one of those parents who doesn't believe in screens?
I see a lot of people. A lot of people working in tech, such as your son, who wrapped up a lot of their self-worth into their phones.
Sure, but like before phones, people wrap their self-worth into like sex or music. Like the phone just has all of those things in one place.
I treat a lot of people for whom the phone exasperates problems they're already experiencing. Insomnia, low self-esteem.
No, totally. Like why are the young people always on their phones? Like accessing the greatest collection of art and knowledge in human history. And plus it's like being on the phone as opposed to what?
I hear what you're saying, but
I was on BART the other day, headphones in, scrolling around, living my life, and this old man like motions for me to pull out my earbud, and he's like, "Hey, beautiful, enjoy the company of the people around you." So, I'm supposed to just like keep off my phone to engage with like creepy old strangers, like get hit on or read yogurt ads. Like those are the two activities available to me on public transit.
sounds like a misguided attempt at being friendly. A generational miscommunication.
Right. Yet a lot of men of his generation didn't have healthy models for hitting on people, being creepy.
Do you think the phone has at all contributed to why you're here today?
The phone is never the problem. It's people who do bad things, not phones. All these apps, Twitter or whatever, they didn't invent any new emotions. If reading one tweet makes you harass a stranger, then you were already a piece of shit. It's people who dox and swat, not companies, not devices. People focus on the bad stuff with phones because they're afraid, like it's, it's new, it's different, and so they tell young women, the ones who are the best at phones, they tell us that we're stupid because they're afraid of us, afraid of our potential, our sexuality, everything. When a girl's on her phone, she's vain, she's self-obsessed, and it's like, no, dude, she is a fucking wilderness skill. Like, I like my phone. It's not an addiction. I'm not antisocial. It truly makes me happy. My mom chugs Prosecco from Costco every night. Like, we're all just coping, right? And it's like, nah, it's so fucking crazy. Like, why are boomers so upset about us using technology when they're the ones getting rich off it? Like, Go buy some Snapchat stock, my guy, like, if you truly think it's such an epidemic. But no, instead of being happy with all of the money, all of the power, boomers spend their time being mad that 16-year-old girls are using filters on Instagram to feel prettier. Like, why are you offended that we feel insecure? Like, we're protecting ourselves from the thoughts that your shampoo commercials made us think. Fucking Facetune is empowering. We're taking our own faces back. Truly, give me something else, old dudes. If you're so pissed I'm on my phone at night after doing random, meaningless shit all day on the planet you ruined. Like, invent something better than a phone. I'll probably buy it. Like, why are you so terrified of progress?
You're asking me?
You hate tech, right?
I have a computer and a cell phone, but I'm not much of an
Text-
app user per se.
It's obviously ruined a lot of what's brought people like you out here.
People like me.
Your office has a sort of hippie hate Ashbury thing going on.
I'm primarily concerned with how tech seems to alter people that way, rather than its latent impact on places.
You don't care about gentrification? About people getting priced out? Losing their houses?
Do you care? You might be complicit in that sort of thing?
For someone to move in, someone has to have already been evicted. It's the hippies who wrote the strict housing laws to make it so no one can build low-income apartments next to their cutesy row houses. You scapegoat us. The transplants, the ones moving here to build new ways, to communicate and learn. You villainize us because the tech bros and the hippies are at war. And we are winning.
Historically, our kind isn't very good at fighting wars. I would posit that spirit of rebellion, that questioning of power structures, may well have given way to Silicon Valley. Perhaps both cultures are simply rooted in pleasure, an immediate self-involved pleasure. Perhaps we traded in our psychedelics for that slow drip of dopamine from these devices attached to our pockets. The difference being we went from exploring our minds to having them harvested for market research.
Well, like, that's not that original of a thought.
Well, like it has that in common with most thoughts.
Hippies were white kids from the suburbs who came out here to do drugs and fuck with impunity, and they're pissed that something productive is replacing their 50-year-long drum circle.
Oh, let's talk about history, shall we? The legacy of hippiedom, the ending of the draft, the women's movement,
The legacy of the 60s is an obsession with aesthetics. To be anti-war, you had to grow your hair out and wear a tie-dye shirt. So now today, I'm not allowed to have good politics and wear Lululemon. Literally, all I can remember about the first semester of college was trying to figure out like how to dress like I cared about social justice and the cafeteria workers union and gender-neutral bathrooms. To give a shit, I had to smell like shit. I had to wear ratty t-shirts to be publicly accepted as a good person.
Did you enjoy college?
Loved it. Did you?
A great deal. I'm glad to hear it's still a good time.
Where'd you go to school?
Just over the bridge.
Berkeley?
That's the one.
Is that where you met your ex-wife?
In a sense, but
Is
actually...
she younger than you?
I'm sorry?
Your son is young and you're like... Yeah, you're like old to have a 12-year-old son?
She was my graduate student. We reconnected long after we both left
Do you
Berkeley.
mind that I'm the one asking you the questions?
It's not how I usually do things.
Do you want me to stop?
I want you to tell me about college. Tell me about your friends.
They were cringy, rich assholes.
And these were your friends.
They were sort of just fascinated by me. They thought being from the Midwest was exotic, almost.
Did you enjoy being friends with them?
It was fun. I partied too much. They all talked about big things they were going to do. Join the Peace Corps in Benin. Open a DIY venue in Detroit. They'd snort ketamine and post like, required reading for anyone raised by a Jamaican nanny. And then it'd be to an article called like, how the CIA appropriated reggae music to train the KKK. Or some like, made-up nonsense. They could be anyone. They could do anything. They didn't even have to be gay to shout about how queer they were. I tricked myself into being like, I like drugs. I make out with girls at parties. Like, I'm just like these people.
College is a lonely time for a lot of people. The queer thing, that terminology, that took me a while to grasp that. Because when I was a kid, queer was like a slur.
I'm aware, yes.
It just took me a while to learn that.
How do you learn something like that?
I'm sorry?
Like, how do you learn new things at your age?
My daughter is
You
one
have
of
a
the-
son and a daughter?
I have a son and a daughter. Profesionales, insieme, insieme, ciągnie, sensitel, insieme, ciągnie, snowa snog. Oh, damn, Daniel, damn, back at it again with them white fans. I'm 22 years old and I'm still a virgin. I've never kissed a girl. I've been in college 2.5 years. Longer than that, I think. And I'm still a virgin. Where did you go?
What?
Just now, where did you go? You sort of went somewhere else for a moment.
Your daughter, is she?
Just a second. That's my next appointment.
I don't feel like we're done, right?
Uh,
You have to finish your report
I'm going to need to text them.
and say what?
I'm going to cancel the appointment. I'm going to need to go to my phone.
I'm not like imposing anything, but
I'm going to need
I
to
just
text
need
them.
us to do this today. Well, what do you think we should do?
Gotta text them so they don't just walk in.
What, that would be insane to just like to barge into somebody else's session like that.
May I text them?
Yeah, you don't have to ask for my permission. Just text away. And please just show me what you said.
You can go if you want. I should be able to finish the evaluation.
But you barely asked me anything.
I have what I need.
What do you have?
I have what we discussed.
So I can go back?
I need to sit down and review my notes alone.
I know I haven't done my best.
How long are you going to keep us here?
Just let me show you that I am ready. I've been ready for months.
If you're ready to go back to a job that triggered your public breakdown, you can show it to us by letting me
Haven't
go.
they told you that this all happened because of my work?
I think it's fairly obvious, isn't it?
No. It was Sid's fault.
What?
Sorry, he's this guy who I had this shitty thing with in college. He got me pregnant in college.
Oh, okay. Oh. Oh. What about him makes it his fault?
Because he's the worst.
Why is he the worst?
He just he fully hates himself and at the same time is judging everyone else. Hates parties, hates talking to people, just a deeply embarrassing person. Shorter than me.
Sounds reminiscent of the traits you don't like in your father.
Right. That's like an all-time like therapy classic. Like that's really perceptive. I don't have a kid, by the way. I had an abortion.
I'm sorry you had to go through that.
You're making the same face everyone makes.
I apologize if I'm making any.
It's almost apologetic, but it's also like really tense because you're a Berkeley dad, so you know you're supposed to support my rights, but somewhere deep down, there's like a part of you that thinks that I'm just a slutty kid who doesn't know how condoms work, and that maybe makes you feel like a bad guy.
That is not how I'm feeling, but I value your perspective. Thank you for telling me that. I know women keep their history with abortion very quiet. That must have been a challenging time.
I can handle challenge.
You don't strike me as someone who loves being challenged, per se.
What kind of person are you?
Sorry?
Can you handle being challenged?
I am someone who thrives on being challenged. I can say that with some certainty. Today being a very good example of that.
Where do you live?
Um,
What's your address? Where do you sleep every night?
That's not so much a challenge as it is a piece of private information.
How am I doing on my review? Like, out of 10. You're safe. Stop looking at me like that. Please be better. You can't be afraid of me.
I'm not afraid of you.
Maybe you should be.
I'm not trying to insult you. I'm not trying to deceive you. This is about me getting to know
Do you
you.
feel like you know me?
I know you better than I did 30 minutes
Do
ago.
you like me?
Do you want me to like
You
you?
can just say no.
No, of course I like you.
What reason have I given you to like me?
You see things in a unique way. I enjoy people like that.
I don't want you to like me. I want you to understand me.
If I understood you, don't you think I would like you?
Do you think you're good at your job?
I do, yes.
You've been a therapist a long time. 40 years in this office.
40 years in practice. The office is fairly new, about 10 years old, but wait, you looked me up online?
There weren't any pictures of you? Do you think you're still in your prime? Like, do you think you're as good as you ever were?
These past few years, I've been some of the most rewarded in my career, which in turn has made me much better at my job. For instance, I can tell that Sid is someone you have some complicated feelings for.
Sid's just Sid, I don't know.
What don't you know?
I mean, sure. All throughout college, we hung out every night. We had sex every night. But, obviously, when I needed something, if I was feeling stressed or whatever, he would pull back and become my friend. He'd make that very clear. He'd call me bro, dude, homie, ask me if I thought other guys were attractive. I didn't tell him about the pregnancy, not at the time. I knew he'd make it this traumatic thing he was having to endure.
You ever considered taking the pregnancy to term?
Not for like a single second, but yeah, no. And like my college friends who I told, they made it sound like it was this like no-brainer thing. Like they made it sound easy or like fun. It felt like they were excited for me to get the abortion. Going to the clinic past the bullshit loser protesters, that wasn't like, girl boss, Roe v. Wade, Hillary Clinton, yes, mama, like, not that my friends were even like that. They were literally all socialists, but whatever, yeah. And you're not supposed to think about it like this, but I felt close to sit, and I couldn't get rid of this feeling that came from bringing a little life. Even though I know a fetus isn't. Whatever.
You still feel connected to him?
I don't feel connected to anyone from that time in my life.
Not your friends?
Especially not them.
What do you think is at the root of that?
I lived in my friend Zoe's guest house in LA. Her dad is like a life coach, and her mom is like an oil heiress or something. All we do is do coke, gossip about people from college, and eat at Michelin-starred taco trucks. It was what a 12-year-old thinks being 16 will be like. And then one day it hit me, like, I was nothing like these people. Like, I didn't have an uncle who could get me a job on a TV show. So now I help people. My college friends talk about how people need help. Any idiot can canvass for Bernie, but if they actually wanted to do something, like to the degree that they claimed, they'd kill their parents and redistribute the inheritance.
That sounds less sustainable from where I'm sitting, but I'd like to hear about how you help people.
I make sacrifices.
Why does helping involve a sacrifice?
It's like a transference of energy. You have to take the bad out of the world and store it in your body. It's not about giving something, donating your money or your time. No, it's about being willing to extract the darkness and take it with you. Fucking carry it around with you every day.
Carry it with you like a gun?
If that's what you want it to mean, go off.
Just
Sure.
trying to understand.
I can't tell how hard you're trying.
I've been trying very hard. In fact, I've been very generous.
This is your job.
It's okay to feel hurt by Sid, by your family, by you needing to
Most
be here.
people go their entire lives without knowing what they were put on earth to do, and I have that. So no, I'm not hurt. I'm lucky.
I don't think anyone on earth would care if you just came out and said, look, I'm having a hard time here. You're not helping anyone by denying your feelings.
I'm not denying anything. I feel it all. And it's a privilege to suffer as much as I do.
Can you see how deeply concerning that is to hear?
I didn't ask anyone to be concerned. If it were up to me, I'd be at work.
You do want people to be concerned. That's your hospital fantasy.
Why do you think all this shit is happening to me?
How do you mean?
Like, why do you think I'm like this? Like, diagnose me with something.
It's not possible to diagnose
I don't think
anyone
we're the
after
right
one
match.
meeting.
Because if we were, you'd see that there's nothing wrong with me.
And I've told you, I don't believe in the right
You're
and wrong.
wasting your time doing what you do, because it's like, why is it always about the person on the couch with you people? Like, why not treat the problem at the source? Why don't you get out of the chair and fight for the people who need you? It's the things outside of this room that make your patients paranoid and depressed.
Did you just diagnose yourself?
Yeah, totally. You nailed it.
If I may. My only goal is to help you.
You're assuming I need help.
This is all very hard for me. I'm really struggling here.
So you're giving up?
I wonder what would happen. Crazy thought here. If you just stopped attacking me and listen a little bit. Because honestly, I don't know what skills you think you've so recently acquired, or what justification you have for not needing my help. But clearly your way isn't working. You're buying street Xanax from Mexico. You're lying to yourself. And I'm hesitant to even bring this up after what you put us through today.
I made a mistake.
Look, you're mad at your father because he plays the victim, but I think you do a bit of that yourself. Nothing ever seems to be your fault. You need to form a binary opinion of everyone and everything because you are desperate to hang on to some semblance of control. Honestly, on your best days, you're an extremely competent person. But where you fail is in your inability, your unwillingness to accept the idea that someone else might actually know you. You don't know yourself. So you're afraid that someone else might. Frankly, you're not acting like someone who's trying to impress me to get her job back. You're afraid to go back to that company. You're afraid to utter its name. I think you want me to protect you from taking back that job. I mean, what kind of a person would I be if I let you go back in the state that you're in?
Let's finish the session.
There is no session! From the moment you pulled that gun, there was no... This is not what I do. Please realize what's happening here. You are holding me hostage. Your finger could have slipped, and my son would be without his dad.
Finger wouldn't slip. I'm not...
I lost my daughter when she was 13 years old. My daughter took her own life when she was 13 years old. My daughter would have these episodes when she was little. She would cry and cry and cry. We didn't make it stop. How could someone that small carry that kind of pain? So she would cry until she passed out. Watching that video, I missed that about her. For the first time, I missed her rage. What got me out of bed after my daughter passed was knowing that I'd have a chance to help save the next one. I wouldn't give up the opportunity, could not even. And that's why, now, professionally, I seek out people like you. I tell colleagues, I tell them, send me the ones you think are hopeless, the ones you think are beyond help. I am the best at what I do, and I can make a difference for you. I'd like to think you would leave here today having taken a step in the right direction, or that you trust me enough to follow through on a referral. Because I can say from experience, how we process the world is far more important than anything that actually happens to us. First thing, first step is leaving this office.
I remind you of your daughter.
Are you all right? Breathe with me. In.
I'm not a breather. I'm not.
And out. Breathe in and out.
Stop.
In and out. I think it's time for us to go. I'm not sending your company any evaluation.
I'm not leaving.
You had a panic attack. You're under a lot of stress. There's the door.
If I give you the gun, will you shoot yourself?
Yeah.
You must want to. How do you not want to?
I don't know what you want me to say here.
You know what I do every day?
User care.
Yes. Or so. At my company, it's called user care, but most companies call it content moderation. When I started, there was only 3 of us. We had a little building on the edge of campus. My company invented these bots, these little computer programs that travel all over the internet, flagging things as illicit or inappropriate or obscene. They do this because nobody wants to see their ads on a neo-Nazi website, right? Right!
Right.
The bots can't do everything. There are errors, toss-ups, mistakes that require someone to physically review the thing. And that's what I do. That's who I am. That first morning, I sat down on my desktop. I had no idea what to expect. Our algorithm fed me a video from the 90s, something that was circulating through Reddit and finding its way to other sites. The video was from the Civil War in Sierra Leone. Government soldiers tied a rebel to 2 trucks. He was a little boy, not older than 13. The trucks drove in opposite directions and split the boy in half. And I sat there, watching, fuck, fuck, what the fuck? But then I realized I could flag the video. I could drag it into the big X folder. I tried to search it, it was gone. I buried it. Nobody will ever have to see that video again. And in that moment, for the first time since I can remember, I felt like I had actually accomplished something, but I never enjoyed my work. Every day I resisted the urge to look away. There were red rooms, someone being tortured live on webcam, horses fucking women, people fucking dead animals, car crash compilations, mass graves, heroin overdoses, a website for strep throat fetishists, people eating glass, people sticking glass up their assholes and vaginas. To be effective in my role, I had to come into work fucking infuriated. I had to actually reckon with what had happened to these people. Before my job, I didn't give a shit. I couldn't do anything. So I was afraid to care. I'd scroll past the body of a black person murdered by the police, and all I would do is share that dead person's name on Twitter. But now, because of my job, I'm allowed to care. And caring made me responsible. I became an adult with the real life. I flew home without connecting through Denver. I bought plants. I got a scooter. It's trendy to have everything be inclusive these days, but it's only through anointing some people as special that any sort of real change happens. My company is elitist, and everyone should thank God that it is. It really felt like working at the center of the universe. We have panko-crusted tilapia every day. You can take a private yoga class. You can work from the Singapore office. It's easy to dismiss these perks as adult daycare or whatever, but until you work there, you won't get it. It's considered like dystopian to love your tech job, but anyone who says that hasn't tasted the alkali waters I've tasted.
That's what bonds us. My coworkers were unafraid to be important. My coworkers are ambitious. They're shameless. At first, I was looking for the cool kids table, the group that I should try to join, but all I had to do was work as hard as everyone else and knowing exactly what you have to do. That's freedom. Everything was good. Great, even. And then, well, you saw.
That's a horrible thing to have to see every day, and it's not your fault.
I know it's not my fault.
Right, because that is not a job any person should have to do. And you had a panic from trying to bottle up these feelings, and it all came to a head.
I didn't freak out because of my job. Sid texted me. He was in town for a conference or something. I hadn't seen him since graduation. He asked if we could hang out. I wanted to prove to myself that I wasn't that kind of person anymore, that I was over it. I went to his hotel room. First, it was the same. He talked at me about bike lanes for like 20 minutes. We smoked, and we were watching this weird anime thing, and it just slipped out. I told him about the pregnancy. I was so high, I gestured. I physically tried to shove the words back into my mouth. He didn't say anything at first, and I was like, yeah, knew it. But it was his wet dream, basically. A woman caring enough to keep a secret from him. And he cried. And he hugged me. And he told me that he was sorry that I had to go through that alone. He told me he loved me. I asked if he meant as a friend or just as a person, or he said he wasn't sure. He said he was never sure, which I knew, but to hear him actually say it, we just sat there. Eventually, we muttered goodbye, and I left. Walking out of his hotel, I felt so fucking young. Like I was too young to be out on the street by myself. The next day, I had to present to our managers on how the bots were doing. I walked into one of the main buildings. I went up to the 4th floor. The elevator dinged, and all of a sudden, I was standing on a desk, looking down at all these faces. People looking up at me, horrified. I heard someone screaming. I looked around to see who it was, and I realized that the person that was screaming was me. I stood in the middle of that office, and I screamed. I saw people's phones. I saw the security guards rush in. I remember thinking, why is no one helping me? Why can't everyone see that I need help? I tried to make eye contact with them, my coworkers, trying to prove to them that I was one of them, that I deserved that help. My throat felt raw, like there was a scraped knee stuck to the roof of my mouth. They sent me to the emergency room. They put me under, not sure for how long. When I woke up, the videos were everywhere. I had achieved the new American dream. I had gone viral. Tech employee freaks out, and we can't stop watching. I was everywhere, on Earth, screaming like a crazy person, being a crazy person. I was a meme. I was when you asked to speak to the manager, but the person behind the counter is the manager. I was mental health. I was a loud cunt. I was that feel when it's Monday. I was typical white woman. I was everything wrong with tech. I was how everyone feels thinking about the election. I can't do anything in real life anymore. When I try to go outside, I get recognized. People sneak pictures of me in line at Walgreens
Today, on my way here, a man stopped and asked if he could record me saying happy birthday to his friend. I'm famous, and nobody knows who I am. That first week, my parents came out and stayed with me. They wouldn't let me go to the bathroom alone. I could barely move without them flinching. My college friends wrote long, elaborate posts about how much they love me. I was just caught to them now. I knew they were telling everyone back in Silver Lake that they knew the crazy girl from that video. Obviously, I never heard from Sid. My company decided that they needed to get behind me, that was politically smarter. I wasn't accepting any of their severance packages. They knew there were dozens of reporters in my inbox. They fired everyone who leaked the video. They put me on paid indefinite leave. I emailed them every day. Finally, last week, they agreed to let me back with a therapist's approval because after all that, all I wanted was a chance to go back.
But you said it yourself. Your job is just about protecting advertisers.
The internet isn't some fringe young people thing anymore. It's where we live. It's our home, and I am the front line of defense. There's no one else. All of the worst things in the world come right to my computer screen. I've had 54 different people in the chair next to me. The turnover was slowing us down. A few months or so before I was put on leave, I convinced them we didn't need 2 people. I negotiated a raise, and now it's just me.
Why should all that burden have to fall to you?
It's not a burden.
What would you call it?
Power. For the first time in my life, I have power. Or have.
I'm sure by now they've given your job to someone else.
They'll burn out soon. They always do. No one else can do what I do.
Your job is unskilled labor. It's the willingness to be tortured. In any other context, you must be able to see that. It's torture.
That doesn't change the fact that there's work to do. I can't walk away from this. After my parents left, I was completely alone. I sat in my apartment and I imagined the people on their knees waiting to die. I imagined the women from the scat fetish videos, the ones who eat shit to feed their families. Without that release, destroying the videos, sealing them away, without that, it felt like my whole brain was in my spine. My whole brain was being stretched like it was going to break. So I started searching. Anything I can remember from work. Anything I could identify as being from the continental US. I couldn't just wait around. I went to the darkest corners. I gave my laptop every virus there is. I learned how to look for different architectural styles, which motels use which rug patterns. If I could find a face, I could reverse search, and then there they were. Their LinkedIn, their Facebook. These freaks are living among us. We sit next to them in movies. We cut them off in traffic.
What would you do when you found these people?
I mean, I'd send letters to their families. I tried to get them fired. A couple of times I went to their houses. I drove hundreds of miles. I'd knock on their doors and I'd watch them. The men from the videos, I'd watch them look stupid and confused on their front steps. They were real. Seeing them, I'd imagined everything they didn't film, all the harm they caused. But, yeah, I couldn't fucking do anything. I wasn't strong enough to do anything. But being here with you, it's not up to me anymore.
Why is it not up to you anymore?
A few months after I was put on leave, I found a guy who would make his children have sex. Every week. Sometimes he would scream at them, but most of the time he was kind. He would tell them how special they were, how well behaved. He knew them so well. He knew how to get them to listen. He would be in the corner, watching. He had different commands for what he wanted them to do. He would snap or clap or whistle. They trusted him. He was their father. You could see it in their eyes. They still thought he loved them. They still wanted his love. I found years and years of footage. And he still has new videos popping up all the time. Every Thursday he uploads. I hadn't seen any of his videos at work. He was getting through the cracks. All of these videos were unmonitored, unflagged, circulating. He has fans. Multiple websites, backup accounts. He's methodical, organized. People like him, they aren't sick. There's nothing wrong with them. They're evil. It's the evil every God warns about. They come from nature. You can't escape them, you have to defeat them. I had to get back to work. I had to use our tech to stop his growth. He didn't miss a week every Thursday. Still, he published a new one. But my company wasn't responding to me. I had to start on my own. He didn't speak much, but sometimes he shouted from the other room. I watched every single clip hundreds of times. I studied regional dialects, the little intonations in speech, the things we don't even realize are accents. Hours and hours of footage before I could conclude he was somewhere from Northern California. He kept his face hidden. It's like he knew I was coming for him, but I couldn't give up. I wasn't sleeping. I pieced together fragments of his face, half an eye, the tip of an ear. It took weeks, lots of process of elimination. But even with the rough collage of how he looked, it wasn't enough. I saw the corner of a college degree on the wall. I looked at thousands online. And based on font and shading, I could determine that it was an undergraduate degree from Berkeley. He wore this really unique, handmade-looking jewelry, little doodads.
Jane.
He had 2 children, a boy and a girl.
Yeah.
But a few years ago, the girl died. She was 13.
Oh,
He
no.
liked to advertise their ages. These fans replied that they were heartbroken. He made compilations of her best work. And even after that, he still kept making videos with his son. His son, this little boy. After he's done, he tucks his son into bed. He live streams. He lets these people watch his son sleep. So I bought a gun. What else could I do? He could be anywhere. He could live in my building. And now I'm looking at you, and you're not pixels anymore.
No.
And after meeting you, you're never going to stop.
No.
Don't regret any of it. Nobody is ever going to stop you.
No. We could put my son on the phone right now. We could put my ex-wife on the phone right now.
I'm good at this.
Then why don't we do this? We give the police your story and they can investigate
Saw me on the
me.
desk, they won't take me seriously.
Let's leave this office.
There's nowhere to go! I see you everywhere. There's nothing left.
Please!
When I walked in, I saw your face and my hand moved on its own. It can't be a coincidence. I was supposed to find you. What are the odds that I just happened to end up in a room with you? You, of all people.
1 in a billion! Maybe this is your self-fulfilling prophecy? Hmm? You want to connect A to D? Huh? You are desperate to make sense of what's happened to you.
I've been sitting here, hoping it wasn't you. Praying, stopping myself from seeing it. If I could connect with you, it would prove you're not him. You revealed all of it, and I kept lying to myself.
Well, of course we connected, Jane. You came in and you realized you needed to talk to someone. When was the last time you spoke to anyone face to face?
I've studied you. Stopped for me.
Look, it's terrible. It's horrible what your company's forced
None
you
of
to
this
watch.
is about me.
No. The pressure of having a job. And it's also your reason to live. A job you don't feel you chose for yourself. You're both people saddled with a calling. Mine is to take care of this young woman in this room. Not some cog in a corporate machine, not some viral video, but a person who's earned the right to be taken seriously. My entire career has led me to right here. I was destined to be your doctor.
I'm done. Oh, trying to live in the fucking future. There's no next time. No right directions. I'm done.
No, I will give you your job back. I think it'll be good for you. I will write the recommendation you need.
You're just talking.
You trust me. You can be someone with a career and friends again. Someone who exists out there in the real world. You can go back to that company you love and those people you admire. They gave you this chance. Let's prove them right. You love your job because you help people. You save us from having to see what you see. You give victims their dignity. What about all the other people out there who still need your help? Huh? All the people no one else is willing to look at. Say you're right. Is killing one guy worth a giving up on everyone else? There will always be more videos. If you shoot me, both of our lives end. Let's get your job back.